Hi, my name is Sean Hyde, and I want to talk about my favorite magic Excel functions, index and match. So I've got a sample spreadsheet here, and we're going to have this tabs where I have some spreads. We're going to look at the officer's compensation here in a little bit. Here's the sheet I want to start on, really focus on. Don't pay attention to any of the rest of the stuff. This is just a sample schedule I put together for an evaluation I did a while ago. What I want to talk about is index match. Usually, an awful lot of folks will just hit equals or plus if you like and go to the next page and they'll find office compensation 45, hit enter, and that's how they get their formula in here. Index match makes it so that when you include a number, you can move columns, you can move rows, and the number will still be there. And in fact, it incorporates the labels, year and label. Actually, I'm going to use this one in the calculation. So this is where I left a few of them out there. You can see this pre-built. I'm just going to show you how it works really quick. You can watch these two numbers because we're going to copy and erase those in a little while. You'll see that they'll stay the same with the new formulas that I'm going to build here. So I'm going to delete this one. We don't need it. And this is a label that I'm incorporating a couple different places. As you can see, I have text, add, commas, and then whatever it says here puts there. So I'm going to add officer's compensation. And these formulas are using this in their calculations. So when I delete this, you see the errors show up. I mean, these are all formulas that rely on others above theirs. That's why they have errors as well. But so these formulas that show the number incorporate the label here and the label there so that I know exactly what these numbers are referencing. So for example, let's go get my label back. Let's go equals back. I'm doing this with equals and select the number because this is text. I know exactly what this is saying all the time because the label tells me officer's compensation. See if we can spread it out a little bit. Numbers don't usually come with those labels unless you incorporate them in the formula like I'm going to show you here. So index, I hit the tab button to get my formula ready to go, asks for the array. So we're going to go back to summary and I'm going to click in the first column of my number. I'm going to hit Control Spacebar, which selects everything in that column. Then Control Shift right arrow gives me anything from column D through column H is now my array. The numbers that I'm going to look for are somewhere in here. I'm going to hit the F4 button to lock. You see up there, F4, unlock, lock the reference. That's very important because when you copy and paste the function, you don't want the array references to move. Hit comma, so now we're on the row number. What do we want the row number to be? We want the row number to match, tab, come back to here. I want to match this label. Hit F4 3 times, so lock the column reference. So I can copy this formula further, this way if I wanted to, and it won't move the column reference. And down, I can still grab other ones. That'll be fine. And then I hit comma to go for lookup array. See, I want the lookup array to be on my 5-year summary. That's going to be over here somewhere because that's where all the labels come from. I have all the labels in the same column. I'm hit F4. Watch this. Locks those. Comma. Now match type. Give me 3 options. Less than, exact match, or greater than. 99% of the time, I use 0. The exact match. And we'll hit the close parent for the match, and then now we want to know what the row number. Hit comma. Column number is what we want to do. So for the column number, I want to match again. What column do I want to match? Let's go back to normalized income statement. I want my years because each year tells me it's a different column. I will hit my F4 key. Watch this one appear 1, 2 times. I will lock the row because this is going to move columns. I don't want to move rows. Then I hit the comma button to get to my lookup array. That's off your screen, but that's what it means. I'm going to go back here, and my column lookup for this one is going to be these. This is going to match exactly the same reference as the other one. DH, it's DH. Well, this time I'm just doing the one row because that's where my references are going to be. hit F4 to lock them. You can kind of see it there. Comma, match type is 0. Then we'll go close parent to close the match, close parent to close index, and I hit enter. And guess what? 45. But now if I copy this and I paste it over all 5 of these things, watch what happens when I hit Control Paste. Watch these two numbers, 77760 and 93312. Formula self-updates because every single one of them is looking at the column year and the label over here. So now I wrote this formula once. I can copy this formula here. And I've already grabbed professional fees on this row. I can just paste over all of these, and guess what? They automatically self-update. I can delete them, grab this one instead, copy and paste it. I can paste it here. I can paste it here. I could paste it over all of them. And the formula, the way it's designed, is it will grab anything that matches professional fees on the left-hand side in the column that we showed on my summary page, on my 5-year spread page, or the column. And the way we've wrote it with those locking references, they change. You can see what I'm doing here. Isn't that cool? So we can come back over here, and I could insert rows. I can insert columns. I can do all kinds of things, and these numbers don't move. They stay exactly the same. I can, well, I'll show you other things, but really what we need to pay attention to is as long as this label is unique on the page that you're trying to find it on, these formulas will work and grab that number. If you have officer's compensation listed a couple different places on the previous tab, it's going to stop at find the first one. So whichever the first reference it has for officer's compensation is where it's going to stop at that row and grab that number. That's one little hang up, but as long as you make sure everything is, all your labels are unique, this formula is very powerful. If you have any questions, be happy to answer them, and I'll probably add another one of these videos at some point because I really enjoy playing with Excel.